Hi, welcome to Pep Talk. My name is George Gantz, and I'm a member of PEP, Promoting Enduring Peace. Our motto is peace on earth, peace with earth. What a mess this world is in. Every day we hear about new acts of terrorism, war, and killing in places all around the globe. Africa, the Middle East, even in Europe, and here at home in the US. Most of us don't even try to wrap our heads around the pain and misery inflicted on millions of people. It's too much, it's too big. What could we possibly do about it? Where's the hope for a better future? Well, here's something to consider. There is currently no war in the Western Hemisphere. 2 continents stretching from nearly the North Pole to the South, 30 countries, 1 billion people. No armed conflict between warring parties. After so many decades of conflict, deeply entrenched civil wars, guerrilla movements, and Cold War tensions. Wow, really? How did this happen? And why is this good news not all over the media? Good questions. So what did bring an end to this era of warfare in the Western Hemisphere? The simple answer, negotiation and reconciliation, ultimately replaced conflict and killing. The last conflict to be resolved was in Colombia. On September 24, 2016, Colombian President Juan Manuel Santos and rebel leader Rodrigo Londoño shook hands over a peace deal. As NPR reported, in a region, quote, long plagued by autocrats, coups, and endless civil wars, elections and peaceful transfers of power have steadily become the norm. There's still a lot of work to do to build social and economic stability in the region. Not all Western Hemisphere nations are doing that well. But Professor Richard Feinberg of UC San Diego says that, quote, on almost every front, politics, economics, social programs, we've seen vast improvements. One of the critical factors behind this remarkable success was the end of the Cold War. Feinberg points out that, quote, the US, the Cubans, and the Soviets were feeding these conflicts with ideology, money, and weapons. These international actors were polarizing, and you didn't see any change in their behavior until years later when the Cold War was over. Another critical factor is leadership. In the case of Colombia, the Defense Ministry, under President Santos, hired an advertising team led by Jose Miguel Soloff. In December 2010, in their first campaign, with military support, they lit Christmas trees deep in rebel territory. The trees had motion detectors and lit up when approached, displaying banners inviting rebels to come home. Some 5% of the rebel fighting force responded to the call. Later, the team floated messages down the river from family members encouraging rebel fighters to return home. These soft tactics brought the rebel leaders to the negotiating table, ultimately ending the war, and earned President Santos the 2016 Nobel Peace Prize. So, what do you think? Can we end war around the globe? Absolutely, but it will not be easy. First, we have to get the global superpowers to stand down and stop meddling in local and regional conflicts. That is going to take a lot of convincing by a lot of people. But we have the example of peace in the Western Hemisphere to point to. And doesn't everyone around the globe really want the same things? Peace, security, and the opportunity to make their lives better? If we can work together towards these shared goals, our governments and international institutions will respond. We will also need to encourage and support negotiation, reconciliation, and collaboration among the local parties in areas of conflict. This will take both pressure and support from those outside the conflict zone, including support for economic, political, and social reforms. Progress will also require affirmative leadership by the parties to those local conflicts. Admittedly, this is often in short supply. These are not simple tasks. To be successful, we will also have to tackle issues of oil dependency, religious and ethnic intolerance, and the resistance of dictators and autocracies across the globe. but peace in the Western Hemisphere shows that this goal is possible. So let's get to work. Here's what you can do. First, get informed. You can sign up for our free news service at peacenews.org and look for balanced, reliable sources in your media feeds. Get involved. Join us at pepeace.org and join a local organization for peace and justice. Get active online by sharing what you find and commenting on it. And contact your elected representatives to let them know how important global peace is to you. So let's take a risk. You can make a difference with your words and your actions. Ultimately, we all want the same things: peace, security, and the opportunity to make lives better. So let's work together. Thanks for listening. Enjoy some peace today.